What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Lockup. My name is TJ.
And I'm Ed.
And on this week's episode of the Lockup, we're going to be talking about WWE Fastlane,
Raw and Smackdown recaps.
We're also going to have a fantasy booking segment for this year's Wrestlemania. It's all coming up on this episode of the Lockup. So we begin with WWE Fastlane from this past Sunday, and I gotta be honest, when I first heard about Fastlane, I didn't think it was going to be good at all. We've criticized SmackDown Live in the past couple of weeks for not delivering, being the inferior show to Raw. Yeah. But I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view, honestly, all things considered. We gave it a solid what?
I would say a solid B would be fitting. I think the six-pack match is what really elevated it to the B.
AJ Styles retains the WWE Championship over 5 other WWE superstars. So now the dream match is set. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ at WrestleMania. That should be exciting. New Japan Pro Wrestling all over again from Wrestle Kingdom 10. So I think that match is going to probably steal the show. It should go on last, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
We also had the Bludgeon Brothers beat down at Fastlane for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and you like that segment a lot.
I love it. Yeah, they took out Kofi. They took out
Xavier.
They took out everybody.
Xavier's head bouncing off the steel steps.
Another good sell. Just great.
Yeah. On SmackDown Live, I like the element of Jimmy Uso teaming with Big E after all the other members of their particular tag teams have been squashed.
And guess what happened to them? They got beat down.
Beat down again. So that looks like a triple threat match, possibly, at WrestleMania.
There's been a revision. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's been a revision to WrestleMania. It's no longer going to be called WrestleMania this year. It's going to be called Triple Threat.
Triple Threat Mania. We have possibly 4 triple threat matches on the card. We also had Ruby Riott and Charlotte at Fastlane. Ruby's still a little bit green, trying to get her feet on the ground on the main roster. But all things considered, I thought she put on a pretty good match. Obviously, we knew Charlotte was going to go over. And then Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, appears. She will challenge Charlotte at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which we'll get into that here in a minute, where that leaves Alexa Bliss on Raw. But we also had can I say the only thing that was terrible about Fastlane was that trash women's tag team match with was it Carmella and Natalya
and Becky Lynch
and Naomi. Yeah, and it was just terrible. It was a botch fest. Carmella is just not that great in the ring. I feel sorry for Becky because she's so good and then been reduced to this. All 4 of those competitors probably going to be in the just announced Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. Which should be pretty cool, to counteract the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, now here's a chance for them to make another chance situation where they can make a new female superstar.
Well, WWE has proven time and time again that the women are pretty much, if not already, on equal footing with the men. Possibly 4 women's matches on the WrestleMania card this year. We'll talk about that here in a second too. We also had the United States triple threat, or possibly another triple threat being added to WrestleMania, but you got Bobby Roode and Randy Orton at Fastlane. I thought it was a little early to take the United States Championship off of Bobby Roode.
And I disagree. I think given what Randy Orton's given and the situation that it could build for the Mania, I think it was a good decision. I do see where you can say that it might be too early or it looked weird at the time, but
I see your point of view too. Versus Randy Orton, now a Grand Slam champion in WWE, so that's pretty cool. United States Championship being the only one he hadn't captured up until now. We'll see where that goes for WrestleMania. Like we said, possible triple threat with Mahal, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton, but we'll see how well that does at WrestleMania.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that leads us to
we'll talk about
Raw.
Monday Night Raw. So we'll start with Roman's suspension. We thought this was a really cool angle.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see the confrontation with Roman and Vince.
Yeah, I love the camera going back through the curtain to gorilla position. I don't think we've ever seen that before. I've always wondered what that walk is like when you get back to the curtain myself. I like, the confrontation with Vince. He says, "Let's go talk in my office." Cuts the commercial, they come back, and you said Roman's suspended.
Vince gives a spiel about Brock and this and that, and Roman's
certain talent is afforded certain amenities when you've worked for it or whatever. Brock Lesnar will appear on Raw next week finally, so we'll see if there's physical confrontation with Roman and Brock. Should be pretty good. We also had this Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax thing has finally taking its toll. And like we said, a beast has been awoken in Nia Jax. So it looks like Nia Jax versus Bliss at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship, which should be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're talking about like a raged out Nia Jax.
She squashed that poor girl who was probably a local competitor.
Oh, props to whoever you are. That was great.
It did look good. We also had Miz TV. Couple of segments on Raw. It was the Miz TV,
and then the Finn
with Finn and Seth, which led to the Finn and Seth match. I like Miz, of course, being the heel that he is and saying, "No, you two should fight each other," and trying to turn them against each other. I thought that was hilarious. We also had good old Braun Strowman winning the tag team battle royal.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. He is big enough to be two people, so it makes sense that he could win the tag team by himself.
Two people combined. Still not as big as Braun Strowman.
That is true.
Do you think that we talked about, is that going to lead to him being paired with somebody? Or is he just going to be handicap match at WrestleMania against the Bar for the Raw tag?
I wouldn't mind seeing a handicap match because I feel like Braun could take out both those guys.
What, is Braun just going to carry both titles every week? I am the Raw Tag Team Champions.
I like it.
I thought it was pretty cool. And then also... we talked about John Cena's promo from Raw.
Scathing.
Probably the highlight of the night. I feel like Cena has always been, still today, one of the best on the mic. It doesn't feel like anything he has given is scripted. It's all just off the cuff. I like him going out and having a sip of beer with that drunken fan. I don't know who he was.
And coming at Taker personally with that quote about his wife, and it's like, okay.
It seems like Cena, that's his shtick for promos, is bringing up real stuff about the person. So now he's questioning Taker's manhood, so Taker has to respond to the challenge. But obviously it looks like we will get the dream match that has been talked about for the past couple WrestleManias, John Cena versus The Undertaker. So we are definitely excited to see Taker one more time in New Orleans.
And we're going to be there, so that's even extra special for
Can't wait for that gong to hit and the lights to go out one more time. We'll see if this is finally Taker's last ride, no pun intended. We also had this Sasha Bailey thing continues.
The tension keeps building. This match was almost more for the benefit of that angle than it was for the match itself. But it delivered.
Sonya Deville against Sasha. Bailey came out with her and looked totally uninterested. And then left her hanging high and dry to get beat down by Absolution. I thought that the confrontation that we got with Nia Jax and Alexa, that Sasha was going to do that with Bailey, where I just got my butt kicked out there. How come you didn't have my back? Leading to... either way, I feel like one person has to turn heel in this angle. Probably Sasha Banks. I know you would like it to be Bailey.
I would love it to be Bailey. I just love Bailey.
Just a complete reinvention of her character. Ditch the side ponytail and get all glammed up and maybe wearing some black as a heel.
I want a dead man Bailey.
Dead man Bailey. That would be hilarious. But either way, like we said, probably leading to a Sasha Bailey match at WrestleMania, which could steal the show, really, the chemistry that those two have.
They've done it before.
They have the NXT TakeOver matches to look back on, study the tape, and it's been a minute since we've seen this feud, so what way to reignite it on the main roster. We're going to be excited for that. So that leads us to...
Who books this crap? This is our new segment. We're going to talk a little bit about what our dream setup would be, our dream booking for WrestleMania. I'll let you go and start with this first one.
Alright, so in my opinion, I like Nakamura and Styles. This is a match that the world has been wanting to see ever since Wrestle Kingdom 10, like we talked about earlier. So I'm good with keeping that the same.
So booking, good.
WWE Championship, keep that the same.
Awesome.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royal that they have pretty much every year. Baron Corbin has won it in the past. Cesaro, Big Show. But this year, we like giving it to somebody like Rusev. You know, who's not really involved in anything too strong right now, but it's a good way to make him look strong, pleasing the Rusev Day fans who are chanting that every week. Have him win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and just kind of keep him where he is right now while making him look good.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's a great call there, and that one I feel like actually might happen. Instead of the Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship, you talked about possibly
doing a 6-man ladder match, because we love ladder matches. You love ladder matches. I think everybody loves ladder matches.
Right. They've done it in the past. WrestleMania 31, 32 had like 6-man ladder matches. Why not do it again this year with the likes of all 3 Triple Threat competitors? So Miz, Finn, Seth, and possibly add, again, this is fantasy booking, so add a returning Samoa Joe in there.
Maybe an Elias,
who's one of the best workers in the company. Elias, of course, is so over right now. And who else can be added into that match?
Take your pick. Jericho?
I mean, we're huge Jericho-holics over here, so again, fantasy booking, we can put whoever the hell we want in there.
Well, in that case, we're just gonna have The Rock and Stone Cold and Taker go for the IC title.
No, realistically, somebody like Jericho could come back. There's talks of him being involved in that Saudi Arabia greatest Royal Rumble that is coming up.
Interesting.
Here soon. Is it Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. It's like the grand
50-man Royal Rumble, which should be interesting. But I heard they've contacted Jericho for a return, so why not add him into the Intercontinental Ladder match at WrestleMania?
Whoever wins that can actually take over Jinder Mahal's spot. Yeah, please.
Absolutely. We also talked about keeping all women's matches the same. All these storylines have been building towards WrestleMania. We've said it before, the best should fight the best. So I like Asuka and Charlotte going for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
And it looks like we're building for a Nia Alexa Bliss payoff.
Their friendship has been, this is kind of like Jericho and Owens last year, where
it has been eroding.
This friendship has been, it's just kind of crumbling, all leading to this WrestleMania match. And we talked about Sasha and Bayley going at it one more time. And then we have the fabulous Moolah Battle Royal this year. We'll see who wins that. Somebody like a Becky Lynch is perfect for that. Where one of the best talents in WWE, but hasn't really been giving anything lately.
Or even a surprise, maybe we get an NXT person in there, and someone from NXT gets their call up.
Yeah, that'd be great. Ember Moon or Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, somebody like that.
Or all of them. They might all be in that Battle Royal.
That's true. And again, we've talked about this till we're blue in the face. Adding Braun Strowman to make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. Again, this is fantasy booking, so why not? I mean, just have three of the best competitors in WWE. Just hash it out for the Universal Championship.
And it's not even that far-fetched. That's something that could be done that would just deliver so much action.
Well, Roman and Braun have had this feud for well over about a year now. And what has the payoff been? You know, like there was no final match where this feud ended. Why not just add Braun to make it a triple threat? Yeah. He's so over right now. Everything that he touches is gold. Yeah. Be it the Symphony of Destruction or holding Elias's car from taking off. The guy is just so over right now. So I take him out of the bar tag team handicap match, put him in the triple threat for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. Next up, we got. I like keeping John Cena and Taker the same.
Just can't mess with perfection.
Again, it's been talked about for like 3 years now. So I'm good with keeping that the same. This is a match that the world has wanted to see, just like Nakamura and Styles. And like we said, this could be Taker's last one. So why not have it be against John Cena?
I wonder how many times we'll say that. This could be Taker's last one.
We said that last year. We said that at 32. And then finally, what are we missing? The Raw Tag Team Championships. If we take Braun out of that and put him in the Raw or Universal Championship triple threat, we talked about somebody like the Broken Hardys.
The Broken Hardys. That would be great.
Have Brother Nero return. Jeff Hardy has the Brother Nero persona.
No, scratch that. I would put in Steve Austin's old tag team from ECW when he was stunning Steve Austin.
The Hollywood Blondes? Fantasy booking, we can do whatever we want.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Tell us in the comments who you would book for these matches. We would love to know kind of where you are with this.
What's your perfect WrestleMania card in New Orleans this year? Let us know in the comments below. That's about all the time we have this week on The Lockup. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Also, check out our Patreon page. We have some cool stuff going there. We need to get some more patrons, kind of start building stuff up so we can get you guys more cool stuff.
Get you some exclusive content. We love wrestling. We love getting you that content, so help us out. And that's all the time we have this week on The Lockup. Again, I'm TJ.
And I'm Ed.
We'll see you guys next week. On this week's episode of The Lockup, we're going to be talking about WWE Fastlane,
SmackDown, and Raw.
Yes. It's all right here, right now. I'm just driving some dice.
I like that. I like the right here, right now.